A weather team has a lot going on, has their hands full this week.
Yeah, so joining us right now, of course, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Rachel, at this point, how many storms are you keeping an eye on for the rest of the week?
We have 3 from now into this weekend. This is system number 1, just brushing us with a little bit of light snow, I should say. And I wanted to stress that the majority of this storm is going to end up missing us, and it's been bringing significant snow to the mid-Atlantic. But we are kind of living on the edge here on the northern fringe of things, and some of these flakes are now reaching the ground. New London, Ledyard now seeing a few snowflakes, Niantic as well, maybe a few flurries around Killingworth. Sometimes it takes a minute before these flakes reach the ground, but between now and around 4 o'clock in the morning, we are seeing some light snow out there. It is gone before you wake up tomorrow. However, there could be a little bit of minor accumulation. Now notice again, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's starting to retreat, and by 4 a.m. it's over. There is a chance for a coating of snow for some towns south of Hartford, just a chance. But as you head closer to the shoreline, there could be a coating, maybe up to 1 inch or 2 of fluffy snow. Again, we're not talking about much, but it could be enough to cause some slippery spots overnight and maybe into early tomorrow as well. Here's a look at your planner for Wednesday. Any early sun will fade behind increasing clouds. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid-30s. We are dry all day tomorrow, but then heading into tomorrow night, we'll see some snow develop, and that'll transition over to ice and then rain heading into Thursday morning. We'll talk about what that means for the Thursday morning commute coming up. And the flakes are flying in parts of southern Connecticut. We've got a little bit more to get.
Wait, I've been replaced?
This is why I prefer your brother.
We were in preschool together.
Get your news early, get your news first with Fox 61 News at 10.
We have some light snow right now at the Connecticut shoreline. That is the first thing that we're going to be talking about tonight, and that could leave a coating of snow for some, especially in the southern half of the state. But that's not what the weather impact alert is for. That will be for tomorrow night. We see some snow developing, transitioning over to sleet, freezing rain, and then eventually rain. While this is not a major storm by any stretch, there will be some slippery spots out there later tonight, especially around this time. And for some, there could be continuing issues for the morning commute on Thursday. Finally, we want to talk about the weekend. This is for Saturday, late in the afternoon into Saturday night, and that will continue right into Sunday. We start as snow or a mix, transition over to rain, but it could be a mess before that transition takes place. Here's a look at the radar right now. You'll see the bulk of the storm system passing to the south of us, and we are just on the northern fringe of things. Some of the snow that is showing up here on the radar is not reaching the ground just yet. It's a little bit dry outside, so it may take a little while, but we are seeing a few flakes right now towards the Connecticut shoreline, and we'll have these out there through about, we'll say, 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll retreat as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. In terms of accumulation, there could be a scattered coating for some south of Hartford, and closer to the beaches, chance for a coating maybe up to 1 inch or 2. 2 inches would be absolutely on the high end, and only because this could be light and fluffy. And again, there's still some question as to how much accumulation that we could see. Taking a look at low temperatures tonight, we drop back into the 20s as we head towards daybreak. And during the day tomorrow, check in with the morning show crew. They'll let you know if there's any slippery spots to start off the day tomorrow. Otherwise, we're looking at a calm day with mostly cloudy skies and high temperatures climbing above freezing into the mid to upper 30s. Then heading into tomorrow night, we have a winter weather advisory in effect for Hartford, Tolland, Windham counties, and also in effect for northern Litchfield counties, just to warn people that roads could be slippery as we head into later tomorrow night and Thursday. We are not talking about a lot of snow, maybe a coating to 1 inch, and we are not talking about a lot of ice, maybe 1/10 of an inch, but sometimes it doesn't take much to make things slick. So here we are around this time tomorrow evening, and we're seeing snow across the state, but it is so quick. As we head towards and after midnight, we're already starting to see that transition from snow over briefly to sleet, and then freezing rain. Now I want to pause at a critical time. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, and we've already gone over to just rain with temperatures above freezing for many in southern Connecticut and the immediate shoreline. So for the Thursday morning commute in these areas, the roads are likely just wet. However, for some inland, there could be some lingering slippery spots with temperatures that may be around or below freezing. Around or after 8 or 9, this is all out of here, maybe just a lingering rain shower. But again, it may take some time for some of those roads to thaw. I can't rule out some school delays. I don't think there's going to be any closures, but again, it'll be different district by district and depending on not only the superintendent, but also the location. Heading into Friday, we get a break in the action, a nice breather. The same is true as we head into Saturday morning, but later Saturday afternoon, this is system number 3. As I mentioned before, this likely starts off as snow or a mix. Then depending on the track, we might go over to rain, but if it's a little bit colder, we could hold on to a prolonged period of ice. So I think everybody's kind of just hoping for rain at this point, because if it's not going to snow, nobody's rooting for ice. So we'll be watching that very closely as well. In terms of the snow forecast, again, for later tomorrow night, there could be anywhere from a coating up to an inch. Then we'll put down some ice, and then we'll put down some rain on top of that. So in some areas, it'll get washed away entirely. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Friday, by the way, is Valentine's Day, in case you needed a reminder. I personally totally forgot. Watching the week.
Weather, and then another round of it, and then another round of it,
Yep,
and
keep
let's
going.
keep
It's
going.
all different, too. Yeah.
We've got flakes flying right now in Groton. Thank you to Thelonious
Pretty.
Punk for sharing this with us. So he said that things have kind of picked up there, and we're kind of seeing that on the radar as well. I think this is about as far north as the snow gets, is right here. And some of this snow here on the leading edge is not making it down to the ground just yet because the air is super dry. But if you give it about 20 minutes or so, you might start to see a few flakes there. This is all part of the system that dumped up to 6, even 10 inches of snow across the Delmarva, which is really impressive. But yet another snowstorm that really missed us other than the northern fringe. So notice as we head through the coming hour or two, that snow will continue, and then it will start to sink farther south again. And I think by 4 o'clock in the morning, it is likely out of the state. But there still could be some minor accumulation. For some south of Hartford, there could be a coating of snow, and a coating maybe up to an inch or 2 for some in southern Connecticut or at the immediate shoreline, where that would be even more likely. This would be a light, really fluffy snow. Should be gone by daybreak tomorrow, but there could be a few slippery spots as a result. So check in with the morning show crew in case that causes any problems out there. For most of us, it should not be an issue. Otherwise, heading through the day tomorrow, we begin in the 20s. Heading into the afternoon, we see high temperatures rise into the mid-30s. And then we have a weather impact alert for snow tomorrow night. It will start around or after 9 p.m. Then it will transition to ice, and then it will transition over to rain. With some luck, a lot of areas will be rain by Thursday morning, but I still think there will be some slippery spots and another messy storm possible over the weekend. Your full forecast will break down all of this for you coming up. And it's snowing again, at least for parts of the state. We've got more on the way, including rain and ice. A weather impact alert for later this week we'll explain coming up. Yet another snowstorm where they get more snow in Washington, D.C. than we get here in Connecticut. Just an odd winter so far, but we are getting brushed by the northern fringe of this storm. I think this is as far north as it ends up getting here, right along I-84. And the leading edge initially, those flakes aren't reaching the ground, but eventually will increase our chances of some of that making it down to the surface. We are seeing snow for many in southern Connecticut, especially towards the shoreline. This is just one of our computer models that I wanted to show you. Again, showing the chance for a coating of snow for some areas south of Hartford, and then maybe up to an inch or 2 along the immediate shoreline. This is my official forecast. Again, chance for a coating south of Hartford, up to an inch or 2 possible, depending on how the next few hours go. But it looks like this snow will really shut down by about 4 o'clock in the morning. So here we are at 1 a.m. and then noticing, whoop, it's gone and out of here by the morning commute. However, in some towns where where an inch or two is possible, there may still be some slippery spots lingering into the morning drive. So check in with the Fox 61 Morning Show crew. They'll let you know if there's any issues out there to start off the day tomorrow. Otherwise, we are looking at a cloudy day. High temperatures, though, climbing above freezing. And then we are gearing up for the next system, that snow developing with it around 9 o'clock tomorrow night. It does not look particularly heavy, and it's not long duration. We could see maybe a coating up to around an inch or so, and then we transition over to ice, brief sleep pellets while we sleep, freezing rain, which is rain that falls from the sky, but temperatures that are below freezing. And then we go over to just rain. There could still be some slippery spots for parts of inland Connecticut for the morning commute, maybe some school delays, but I don't think it'll be widespread, especially for kids at the shoreline. I think for sure not a delay heading into your Thursday morning. I should never say for sure, because I never know what's going on with the buses, and I know that they have tough calls to make, but likely school's on time. So here's that snow developing around this time tomorrow night, and then around or after midnight, we transition over to that mix. This is 5 a.m. Noticing there's a good chunk of the state that is transitioned to rain, but parts of inland Connecticut, especially the farther north you go, there could still be some lingering slippery spots. By around 8 or 9 a.m., we're just looking at a few lingering light rain showers, but that's about it. It's all going to come down to the temperature. So initially when the snow moves in, temperatures are below freezing, but notice the cold retreats as we head towards daybreak. Sometimes our computer models warm us up too fast at the surface, but what we'll be watching is for slippery spots in the areas where temperatures are below freezing as we head towards daybreak on Thursday. And that's going to be the most likely in the higher elevations and for some in the northern valleys. So it's going to be a close call. I just wanted to kind of give you the overall picture that it's not widespread, ice skating rink heading into Thursday morning, but there will be some towns where there's issues to start off the day inland. Then we get a breather. Friday, nothing going on. It's Valentine's Day. Hopefully you have something nice planned, or even if you don't, it's looking like a fine day outside. Then heading into Saturday, here we go. This is the next system, and it looks like it starts off as snow, and we could even see accumulating snow with this before we transition over to ice or rain. I'm rooting for rain because nobody wants a prolonged period of ice, but it's still something that we have to keep a close eye on as we head into your Saturday night and Sunday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. I think because it's such a volatile weather pattern that we definitely don't have this on lock quite yet. But either way, it does look like we dry things out and cool things off as we head towards this time next week. But I have